UFO darts across the beach. This next sighting also took place at a crowded place, a beach. The exact location of this sighting is unknown, but it took place somewhere in the evening. The eyewitness was recording the calm waves of the sea, when suddenly he saw a very rapid movement in the sky from left to right. But he was alert to notice it, and immediately pointed the same out to his friend.
Insane. Whoa, did you see that just shoot across?
You can hardly notice the UFO if you see the clip at normal speed. The UFO was moving so quickly that we had to slow down the footage multiple times and see the clip frame by frame. And only then were we able to see the white UFO zooming quickly out of vision. But even after slowing down the clip to its individual frames, the UFO still appeared as a long elongated craft, going to show that it was traveling at insane speeds. Why are such high-speed UFOs moving over popular tourist destinations? Or was the UFO just returning to its base in the ocean? Multiple disappearing bright orbs seen over forest in Iowa. This next sighting took place over a forest area in Iowa late at night. In the start, you can clearly see 3 bright orbs in a triangle formation, a sight that has been seen on multiple occasions in the past. But after some time, the bright orbs broke the triangle formation and started aligning themselves in a straight line. And while they continue to do so, another bright orb appears out of nowhere, making the total count to 4 orbs. Then after forming the straight line formation, the orbs started moving in opposite directions. And as they do so, they all start disappearing one by one. But then an orb giving off an orangish glow appears very close to the surface and starts rising upwards. Then shockingly, another orange orb starts rising right from the surface of the ground. And after some time, another bright orb rises from the surface. Does this mean that the aliens are using the dark, thick forest cover to hide from humans? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. There is a rapid increase in the number of UFO sightings, which indicates that the aliens are getting more bold, and this can be interpreted in 2 ways. 1, that they don't see humans as a threat anymore, and will soon make first contact with a message of peace. The second is that the aliens, being more advanced than us, are planning something sinister, and maybe the world's forces have to join their military might to face this extinction-level threat. We will only have to wait and watch. But till then, let's take a look at these spine-chilling UFO sightings that will leave you totally dumbfounded. Welcome to Lab 360, it's time to explore. 3 black UFOs flying over the moon in a triangle formation. UFOs hovering in the sky in a triangle formation is not something new. Such triangle UFOs have been seen over England, New York, and even Toronto. In each of these sightings, you can clearly see 3 bright UFOs equidistant from each other, forming a triangle shape, either stationary or moving ahead slowly. But this next sighting is even more shocking, as such UFOs in triangle formation have been spotted right above the surface of the moon. A sky enthusiast was casually recording the moon with his high-resolution telescope, when he spotted 3 giant black orbs transiting the surface of the moon. These 3 orbs were also in a triangle formation like the one seen on Earth, and they too moved across very slowly. On the basis of the huge shadow these orbs were casting on the surface of the moon, you can clearly see that these UFOs were humongous in size. This is also not the first time that UFOs or orbs have been seen in large numbers, flying over the surface of the moon. Back in 2019, a Russian photographer set up his equipment to shoot a full moon over the city of Moscow. And while trying to focus, he saw something very unusual. At first glance, he could see 3 circular objects moving near the surface of the moon. And then when he tried to refocus to confirm what he saw, to his amazement, now there were multiple circular UFOs moving at the same speed from left to right over the moon. It seemed like an entire battalion of UFOs was flying out for a mission over the moon. Similarly, another video was recorded somewhere in 2020 near Montreal, Canada. In the footage, you can see 2 to 3 capsule-shaped crafts flying close to the surface of the moon, so much so that they leave a shadow on its surface. The objects appear very small in size in the video, but their actual size might be quite massive while comparing them to the size of the moon craters right below. And these tic-tac-like crafts very well match the description of the UFOs that the US Navy and Air Force have come face to face with on multiple occasions in the past. So is this the definitive proof that aliens actually have a hidden base on the moon, from where they are secretly monitoring human activity on Earth? Bright orbs in a triangle formation seen over the Persian Gulf. This next sighting also shows UFOs in a triangle formation. But to add credibility, this particular UFO footage was recorded by the US military on August 23, 2012, right over the Persian Gulf. The video was recently made public by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, who also released the video of the jellyfish UAP seen over a US military base in Iraq in 2018. This particular footage was recorded using a forward-looking infrared camera. The UAP appeared to demonstrate abrupt directional changes and intelligent control. There was also absence of traditional propulsion or thermal signatures, showing that this was definitely not a man-made craft. There were times in the footage when the 3 bright orbs seemed to move slightly away from the triangle formation, because of the sharp maneuvers they were performing together. But after a few seconds, they would immediately come back to their original triangle formation. This would also not be the last time that the US military filmed a UFO flying over the Middle East. Fast-moving tic-tac UFO in Syria recorded by US military. This UFO video as well was released to the general public by Jeremy Corbell, along with the triangle UFOs footage. This sighting took place in Syria in 2021, and was recorded by the US military using an MQ-9 Reaper drone. In the footage, you can clearly see a white orb-like craft flying quickly in the forward direction. On zooming in on the UFO, the distinct tic-tac shape of the UFO becomes evident. In the initial part of the recording, the Reaper drone finds it difficult to lock onto the UFO because of its rapid speed. Then after a lot of efforts, it finally locks onto the tic-tac UFO. But as the drone zoomed to get a clearer recording, the UFO darted away with instantaneous acceleration, going to show that the aliens were aware that the US military was recording them, and didn't want to give them a clear recording of their craft. The instantaneous acceleration was similar to the white orb seen over Ibiza, which also immediately zoomed out of sight, when the aliens realized that they were being recorded by the tourists. Why are so many UFOs and orbs being spotted over the Middle East? Are the aliens keeping a close watch considering the escalating tensions between the Gulf countries, so as to prevent World War III? White orb drops and accelerates at lightning speed over Chile. UFOs are known to travel at rapid speeds, but that has rarely been caught on camera. As in the case of this particular sighting, that took place over a commercial area in Chile on September 18, 2022. The eyewitness spotted a white orb, floating right outside the window of his high-rise building, and so he started recording it. But within a split second the orb dropped, and then darted off in the forward direction with instantaneous acceleration. Which implies that the aliens realized that the eyewitness was recording them, and so they zoomed away at lightning speed. This white orb darting away after realizing that humans are recording it, is very similar to the white orb seen in Ibiza, Spain. There too, the tourists noticed a white stationary orb high up in the sky. But when they tried to record it, it zoomed away at almost the same speed as the first orb. Was this the same orb that is keeping a watchful eye over crowded touristy locations?